This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center.
These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve.
Very tragic, but it changed my life in a really good way because I really was compelled to help. I really wanted to do something to help.
The next day she called and she said, how would you like to make a quilt of the American flag with me and ask people to donate squares? And I said, I'm in. I'm absolutely in. I had no idea that she was talking about a project that would end up being bigger than a third of a football field, 8,000 handmade panels, letters and memorabilia from all over the world. All of it was done pretty much on our dining room table with people sewing it. I don't know how she did it.
What I realized was that I wanted to help by teaching kids now. And so that's why I started Young Philanthropists Foundation, because I knew that for the biggest change to happen in the world, it had to start with our kids. And for our kids to be able to change the world, they needed to be told that they could, and they needed to be given the tools to do that.
To take on the task of starting up an organization, motivated by what started it up, her experience and those type of things, and then really reaching out in the community and finding self-minded people who want to do the same thing. It's inspiring.
We hosted an event where we got a variety of community leaders around the table to talk about Alexis's idea to start an organization that empowers young people to realize what potential they have.
I became the first member of her board of trustees. She's very compelling when she's making her case, almost to the point of being irresistible. And I think that people trust her and trust her ability to carry out the programs that she is engaged in.
And looked at the website and looked at their Colorado Gives profile and immediately became obsessed with this organization that is just doing so much good, and training the next generation of philanthropists is priceless.
We see her as Wonder Woman.
American woman, stay away from me.
Truly, she gets things done. She's kicking butt and taking names. She is a force to be reckoned with for a lot of good. She walks the walk. She believes what she's doing or had done, and that it doesn't just sound good to empower kids. She believes it, and it works.
Beginning of our session, we all vote on an issue we're going to tackle. So we've done environment, poverty, and issues relating to health.
We find a problem that's in the community that causes the most havoc, and we address those issues. So our first project is working with special needs children, and that's a great need. You know, they really don't get a lot of love, I should say.
Middle school students are just getting to the point where they start to understand that the world's a bigger place than just their house or their school. And the Impact Factory provides this great inspiration to go out and change other people's lives and to devote your life to making everyone else feel better.
She is sensitive. She is delightfully human. And we agreed on a lot of music except for Justin Bieber, and in particularly ornery moments she would threaten me with Justin Bieber songs. And she's a fantastic role model.
As a woman and looking at Alexis as a peer, I see somebody that I would like to be.
The enduring legacy of a Young Philanthropist Foundation is that it inspires young people at an early age to realize they have an obligation to the community that they grew up in. That is something that is lacking in a lot of people in my generation, because they didn't have that training either in their home or school or otherwise, and to induce that type of program early on will have lasting impact.
The Daniels Fund has been a supporter of Young Philanthropists Foundation since really inception and throughout the years, and I think the partnership has been great. The Daniels Fund being a philanthropic organization, of course, the fund believes in instilling that skill in young people.
Thank you, Lexi. It has been a real run for our money, hasn't it? You are the best. Good luck with all of your endeavors, and we're always here behind you. You know that. I love you.
Thank you, Alexis, for the opportunity to get to know you and to be kind of your quasi-dad and to learn to love you as much as all of the children that you work with do.
Thank you, Alexis, for helping to empower young people and helping them realize what potential they have and the difference they can make in their communities and in the world.
Thank you, Alexis, for your vision, for your leadership, for your creation of the Young Philanthropists Foundation.
Alexis, I want to say thank you for being who you are and for making such a difference to thousands of people in our state. Thank you.
Thank you, homegirl, for getting me involved in this wonderful organization. I'll always appreciate it.
The YPF board salutes you.
Alexis, your 9/11 inspiration has made such a difference to so many kids in Colorado. Thank you so much for taking that angst and that worry and making something amazing for the future.
Thank you, Alexis.
I swear I lived